Hello my lovelies. Tonight we're going to make a pasta dish. I've decided to start a new playlist on this channel that's all about pastas. So this is not any kind of classic Italian pasta dish. This is something I'm making up right now. I've really been into making roasted tomato sauces instead of using tomatoes from a can. So I have all these, let me show you, these green tomatoes that I got from the farm. And I don't know what green tomatoes taste like, to be honest. So I'm gonna cut them up and I'm gonna roast them in a dish with some garlic, some olive oil, a little salt and pepper, and then we're gonna make a sauce out of it. And I think we're gonna do it with rotini, because I took a poll on my YouTube channel on the community tab about what is your favorite shape of pasta. And surprisingly to me, rotini came out #1. I thought spaghetti would be #1, but spaghetti was a close second. So we're gonna make rotini with a roasted green tomato sauce. So it's pasta time. So this is how I'm cutting tomatoes. I cut them into 4 sections, and we're going to roll these around in some olive oil, put them in a baking dish. I have some scallion here, I have some curly leaf pasta, and I have some garlic cloves that we're going to toss in with the paper right on them. We're going to combine them all into this baking dish. So you'll see as we go along. I've tucked all the greens underneath these tomatoes because this is going into a pretty high heat oven, so I don't want them to burn. And I'm going to add 4 garlic cloves with the paper on. They're going to get all nice and soft and mushy when they bake in the oven, and then we'll be able to squirt them right out of the paper. It makes the job easy for us. And now this is going into a 450-degree oven for 30 minutes. Here they are out of the oven. They're still sizzling a little bit, so I'm just going to give them a minute to rest before I pull out the garlic. I'm pulling the green out because we're done with it now. Search around underneath and just pull out all those little bits. It added its flavor to the tomatoes. I might leave some of the scallion in here because it's not going to hurt anything, some of these little bits. Be nice to mash up with it. And I have the garlic here, and as you can see, they just sort of squirt out of their shell. The rotini is in the water. I'm reserving some of the pasta water because it adds a nice silkiness to the sauce. So I'm just going to put that aside, and it's time to drain the pasta. If you saw my What I Eat in a Day for October video, you saw me do this with orange tomatoes. So I'm just squishing these with a potato masher, grinding up the garlic in there. Just be careful because these tomatoes can squirt back up at you. And then after you do that, you can see how the skins pull off really easily. So just fish around and pull out any skins that you don't want in there. I think I got most of them already. Oh, here's one. There we go. And now we're going to transfer this to a saute pan. We've transferred the tomatoes to a saute pan. I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil, some Italian seasoning, and some red pepper flakes to jazz it up a little. I think that's probably enough. Don't want to make it too hot. Now I'm going to add a tiny bit of the reserved cooking liquid. We're going to bring this back up to heat. You can see some of the spring onion is still here. I think the really dark parts I'm going to take out, but the lighter parts I'm going to leave in. That's a little bit of the parsley. So you can jazz this up at this point however you want. Mash up that garlic a little more. We're just going to serve this over the rotini. Make a nice fresh sauce. Very green. Okay, now that the sauce is back up to bubbling, we're going to add the pasta. I'm gonna add a little bit of cheese. And as the pasta absorbs the sauce, you may want to add a little more pasta water. So that all gets incorporated. I think this is ready to serve. I'm gonna plate it up. This is the same parsley that we cooked with, but we're gonna use it fresh. Just adds a little color to it. And you can see some of those yellow tomatoes peeking out from in there. So, buon appetito. So simple, so good. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I'm surprised at how much I like the taste of green tomatoes. You should try them for yourself. It's a shame that at the end of the season now, tomatoes are gonna go away and it makes me very sad. But new vegetables will be coming in for the winter, so we're really getting down to the last of the tomatoes. So get them while you can and try this pasta recipe. Share this video with your friends. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, do all the things, and I will see you next time. Thanks for joining me, bye.